2025 has been an uneven year for horror movies so far. On the one hand, this year has already had one of the best horror films in recent years with Sinners. Sinners got great reviews, was a box office hit, and then recently became a success when it hit streaming. On the other hand, some major horror producers have had some disappointments this year. This includes A24, which had back-to-back flops with Opus and Death of a Unicorn. Their trauma-infused horror movie Bring Her Back got stronger reviews but struggled to get significant ticket sales. Blumhouse is another producer that has had a disappointing year. They started out with a remake of Wolfman, which did not do nearly as well as it could have. Recently, they have had a similar disappointment with M3GAN 2.0. Now, one of their titles has recently hit streaming and is doing incredibly well. The Woman in the Yard is a streaming hit. It was divisive in its reviews. The Woman in the Yard has become a streaming hit. The Blumhouse-produced film is a psychological thriller and horror film about a family who goes through terror after a woman mysteriously appears in their front yard. The movie was directed by Joan Colette-Serra, and features a leading cast including Danielle Deadwyler, Okwe Okpokwasili, and Peyton Jackson. The Woman in the Yard was one of the most divisive horror films of the year so far. It got a 40% tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes and a 46% popcorn meter from audiences. Screen Rant's Nick Bithrow gave the film 5 out of 10 stars, noting that it gave a bland presentation of interesting ideas. As per Flix Patrol, The Woman in the Yard has now become a streaming hit. The film is the #1 movie in the United States today, July 8, on Peacock's Top 10 Movies list. It has maintained that position for a week so far, currently topping franchise films such as Despicable Me 3, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Trolls Band Together. What this means for The Woman in the Yard. It is getting a comeback. This movie's streaming victory comes after it had a lackluster box office performance. The film made only $23 million worldwide. While not an abysmal total, it may have just barely squeaked by to break even on its estimated $12 million budget. Peacock has given The Woman in the Yard a second chance to succeed. Whereas viewers may not have chosen it when selecting what movie to see in theaters, it seems more appealing now that it is available on a streaming platform. As it continues its streaming glory, it will be interesting to see if any viewers change their tune regarding the quality of The Woman in the Yard.